Dear. Okay, we'll call the meeting to order, please, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening, everyone. Roll call, Mr. Lundberg.
Holm.
Yes.
Odie. Yes. Saxer. Yes. Scott.
Yes.
Bell.
Yes.
All right, with that, once again, welcome, everyone. And Mr. Lundberg, I will turn it over to you whenever you're ready.
Yes, I will give the oath of office to Board President Holm here in person, and then I'll do Mr. Bell separately after that. So I'll have you stand, Renee. Right hand. Do you, Renee Holm, having been elected with no opposition to the office of school board member for the Brandon Valley School District, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your ability, perform all duties of the said office as provided by law?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
yours.
you.
Okay, Mr. Bell, we'll perform your oath of office over the telephone here. Do you, David Bell, having been elected with no opposition also to the office of school board member for the Brandon Valley School District, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, and that you will faithfully and impartially, to the best of your abilities, perform all duties of the said office as provided by law?
I do.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lundberg. All right, election of board officers, Superintendent Larson, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At this time, I would entertain a nomination for board president. So a nomination for board president.
I nominate Renee Ullem.
Don't need a second. I have a nomination for board chair. Are there any other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, I would entertain a motion that nominations cease and we cast a unanimous ballot for Renee Ullem as board president.
So moved.
Second.
Very good. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. 5-0. Congratulations, President Ullem.
You counted me and I was silent.
Oh, sorry, 4-0.
Just giving you grief. All right. With that, do we have any nominations for vice president?
Greg Odie.
Any more nominations? If not, I would entertain a motion that nominations cease and we cast a unanimous ballot for Mr. Greg Odie as vice president of the school board.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Odie. Thank you. All right. Next, approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Conflict of interest disclosure or waiver requests?
We do have one.
We do have one, and we do need to take action, correct?
Correct. So, Madam Chair, annually, I just provide notice to the Board of Education as well as the public due to legislation that passed a number of years ago that my spouse is employed by the Brandon Valley School District. She works as a school nurse, receives regular compensation as outlined within your respective classified agreements. And you have to decide whether it's reasonable and whatnot, or if you choose not to grant said waiver. So, full disclosure, my wife works here.
Fully appreciate what she does for our district, even more so for putting up with you. So I will make the motion to accept the waiver.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right, there is a whole list of adoption of regular procedures for the 2025-2026 Board of Education meetings. I would entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 14 as presented, please.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the June 9th and June 23rd meeting. I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Community input, I don't think we have any this evening. So that takes us to our financial items. Mr. Lundberg, whenever you're ready.
Okay, bills and claims submitted to you tonight. Quite a large listing of bills and claims, 7.9 million, 7,895,000. Just beginning of the year, typical type, large claims there. On page 2, Bytespeed LLC, that 177,700, it's about 200 desktop computers. And there's a lot we could go through. I just touched on a few here. Page 4, High Point Networks, the high school one-to-one Chromebook purchase was just under 1.4 million, 1,322,000. On page 6, Pesca Construction, payment number 10 for 1.2 million. That takes us to about 50% complete on the project with that 1.2 million, with 1 year to go. On page 7, Popular Music, you can see $47,000 of new instruments for all levels of the high school, middle school, and elementary, intermediate, I should say. Page 9, U.S. Bank, $2.6 million of debt service payments on capital outlay certificates and GO bonds, various. They're listed for intermediate school, Inspiration Elementary, and Berkman Valley Elementary. Page 10, Visions Construction Group, payment number 3 of $482,575. And then there's a $255,774 payment for early retirement benefits. We pay that into the wage deduction account. So total bills and claims submitted, $7,895,471. Pay vouchers of $34,830 and food service bills of $28,880.
All right, any questions on the bills and claims this evening? If there are none, I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
So move.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Financial report, Mr. Lundberg.
Okay, the cash report for the month of June showed $38,677,000 coming into the month. We had $5 million of receipts and $7.5 million of the proceeds from the middle school addition capital outlay debt issuance. Total to account for $51,173,000. We had $7,765,000 of disbursements, left $43.4 million at the end of June. $11.7 million of that was in the general fund, $6,147,000 in the capital outlay fund, $1,481,000 in the special education fund, $1,439,000 in the bond redemption fund, $41,000 in our enterprise fund, and just under $22.6 million in our projects funds. The $5 million of receipts is itemized on the next 2 pages. As most of you have been on the boards, the revenue is shy in these first few months of our fiscal year, and expenditures are high. Payroll and benefits summary for June was $2,868,000 of total payroll, $1.7 million of deductions and benefits paid on behalf of the school district employees. The investment report follows that, $38.2 million of investments, all at very close to 4%, 4.13, 4.04, and 4.06. I won't touch on any of the actual financial statements since we've covered that. Towards the back there, there's a capital projects financial statement, Berkman Valley and the middle school addition right below it. Kind of see where we're at with those two projects. As I said, with the payment tonight, Berkman Valley Elementary will be approximately 50% complete with 1 year to go. Food service, we talked a little bit about that. There's a balance sheet for your review, and the financial P&L statement showed $400,000 loss versus a $300,000 projected loss. We're about $100,000 over what we budgeted there. Brought the fund balance down to $1,673,000, which is getting in the range that we want it to be. Lastly, the financial statement for the trust and agency fund showed $192,000 of amounts held for others.
Thank you. Questions?
Thank you.
Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the financial report as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you again, Mr. Lundberg. All right, general business, administration report, Superintendent Larson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A number of items to update the board on here this evening. Want to just start a little bit with some facility update and kind of project status items. The transportation department, we replaced all of the parking lot asphalt, did some additional parking out there. That was an aspect of the reissuance of the capital outlay certificates that we talked about when BVE came in so good, and the extra things that we chose to do. So that has been done and completed. The 2 school buses that were ordered for this year are on site, and we have them. We've also received the maintenance truck. We are still awaiting the expeditions. In terms of the high school, facilities coming together very nicely. Just showed you guys the commons floor during the brief recess. And then I would just also note that the big project that we really have going on now that will get wrapped up prior to the start of school year is the auxiliary gym is being painted. So that hasn't been done for decades and decades. So it's a big job, but they're in the process of taking care of that. Brandon Valley Middle School, obviously there's a number of things going on there. The 2 primary focal points right now at Brandon Valley Middle School in terms of the addition project. The first one is the parking lot. That's scheduled here to be asphalted and hard surfaced. So we'll have that for this upcoming school year. That'll be done here in the very near future. And then also the west side of the building where the kitchen is being added on to, we will be maintaining access in and out that west side. So they're in the process of finalizing that. The masons are on site, and they'll focus a little bit on that respective areas. Those 2 areas are really the most important pieces as we begin to prepare for the fall. Brandon Valley, there was also flooring done at Brandon Valley Middle School in both the science rooms and the fax rooms. Brandon Valley Intermediate School, pretty limited work done there with just some concrete repair. Brandon Elementary, asphalt repair. And then the 2 projects that we have left there are tile floor and some roof on the gymnasium there. So those things will be taken care of here in the next couple of weeks. Fred Essom Elementary, they will be refinishing their parking lot here over the course of the next couple of weeks. So that's another item that we have that's on the books that they're scheduled to start here very soon, but will be done prior to the start of the school year. Inspiration Elementary, very limited things done. We did put an additional sidewalk in near their bus loop so that they can have direct access and not have to go all the way around with the old cattle trail situation, put a sidewalk where they're walking. And then Robert Bennis Elementary, their commons floor was completely redone. Looks just like the high school here, so they're set up to go. And then we're in the process right now of doing asphalt and repair down at RBE at their playground. They had significant concrete work done as well. So Berkman Valley Elementary, that respective construction project continues to continues to flow nicely. No change to date, schedule, et cetera. Would note that Sunshine Avenue is paved now from the corner of our property south to our entrance point. So that road has been paved. Middle school addition continues. Like I said, that one, there's stuff going on in every corner, so it definitely feels like a bit of a cluster in terms of projects. But really, the two focal points are parking lot and then that respective west side as we get ready for the upcoming fall school year. Summer reading program, I want to just give that one more plug here to all of our kiddos and families. Also send a thank you to Siouxland Library and Pizza Ranch for making that happen. Want to give a big thank you to our custodial staffs, our building and ground staff, and our maintenance departments. I know everyone really enjoys summer break, but there's no doubt that they are busier and have more projects and things to do during the summertime than they probably do once we get our educators and our kiddos back. So greatly appreciate the work that they do to get us ready for this upcoming school year. Impactful road construction projects, Veterans and Arrowhead Parkway, everyone is obviously aware of that one. Highway 42 bridge still delayed. I think there's a number of question marks associated with that. We have gotten no new information on that respective one. I would tell you that 26th Street between Veterans and 6 Mile Road is now closed. They anticipate that being open in early August. So the anticipated open date is prior to the start of the school year. So as long as we don't get too much rain or they don't run into too many issues, we should be okay. In the event that that is still closed at the start of school, we will just make it work, but it will cause some wrinkles and some delays and missed timings, for lack of a better phrase. But I think everyone right now is acutely aware of the road construction and the impacts that we have going on. So would just note that spot is currently closed. We are cautiously optimistic it will be open for the start of the school year. Bus pass purchase and ridership notification. That process has been going on now for 21 some odd days. The deadline is July 25th. We have sent out a couple of phone calls, a couple of emails, newspapers, marquee boards, carrier pigeons. I can't think of any other ways in which we can try and communicate this because it's critically important that they get the information, because when you're routing approximately 2,000 kiddos, it takes some level of time to get those things set. And then it's a matter of those latecomers got to get plugged in, and then does that adjust timings and whatnot. So huge process, huge undertaking. Appreciate the transportation department's work in making certain that all of that is organized and well done. But we do need our families' timely cooperation and have them meet that deadline of July 25th. So we will remind them again before the 25th, and then we'll go from there. But that is the deadline. So if you know anyone who hasn't got their bus pass yet but needs one, tell them to take care of that before Friday. The free and reduced meal application is now open and available. Later in the agenda, there will be approval of the student meal rates. Would just note that we will provide free meals to those that qualify for reduced meals, again for the 25-26 school year. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in perpetuity or forever, or however you want to look at that, but we do believe that we have the ability to do that again for the 25-26 school year. So we're excited to offer that to those families that are qualifying. Applications must be completed in order to qualify. So applications must be completed. Would encourage those families to do that. I believe, to the best of my knowledge, the application from last year is good for 30 days. So it's important to note that folks have a little bit of time, but the sooner they do that, the better off we all are. So certainly if you have any knowledge of anyone looking for that application. It can be found on Skyward. Professional development plan for this upcoming year. Again, this was based on BV Listens survey feedback that we'd previously received. We will continue with the utilization of collaborative learning communities. As we've shared with you guys before, the three big ideas of our CLCs are small group, content-like or grade-like educators focused on a focus on learning, with a focus on learning, a focus on collaborative teamwork, and a focus on student achievement. We will be hosting a teacher leadership summit. This is an annual event that we have done for our CLC facilitators, leadership retreat, for lack of a better phrase. That occurs on Friday, August 15th at 9 a.m. So, little plug, the prayer breakfast is at 7 a.m., I believe, and then we host this respective event at 9 a.m. I would certainly invite 2 members of the Board of Education to that respective meeting. I believe we invite the curriculum folks, so if you're available, please join us. Looking at this upcoming academic school year, we will bring our new staff in on August 12th. Our staff reports here on August 14th for in-service and workshop. The 18th is a full in-service day. The 19th, we have our all-staff welcome back or in-service in the morning. So note that for your calendar, if you would, please and thank you. If you're available, August 19th, approximately 10:30 a.m. If you want to make your way here, we'd love to have the support and the additional help in making that all-staff welcome back happen. August 20th is the first day of school for students grades 1 through 12. Our junior kindergarten and our kindergarten kiddos come on that Wednesday and that Thursday and have one-on-one meetings with their respective family and the teacher. That's a COVID keep. Of all the torture that was, we do have a few bright spots that we can pull, and that's one that I would reference. That's been wildly popular with our younger kiddos just joining us. So they will start school on Friday, and then the first day for our early childhood kiddos will be on Monday, August 25th. Enrollment number for you is a little old. It's a couple weeks old. This is this information was pulled a couple of weeks. We just started the process or worked through the process of pulling our numbers here today. I would tell you that they are trending better over the course of the last couple of weeks than they were early in the summer. And that's and we have seen, guys, the enrollments come in hot and heavy in June before, and then July kind of be slow. I mean, it kind of comes in waves, if that makes sense. But at this point in time, I would tell you that we'll be close to 5,200. I can't tell you we'll get all the way there. I also don't know everyone that's leaving. So that's the other thing, is we process 40 new enrollments. If there's 35 that just walked out the door, all of a sudden your number of 40, but they don't tell you. So right now I would tell you enrollment, I am cautiously optimistic that you'll be at about that 5,200 number, but I'm also not willing to tell you at this exact moment in time that you'll get there. So there's a lot of water that's got to go under that bridge, and I know that's crazy, but we are a month away from school. And when you have as many folks as we do, those things can fluctuate. So we'll certainly have a much better update for you in terms of firm numbers at our August 9th Board of Education meeting. Let me see. Madam Chair, I believe that was all I had for you this evening. Would certainly entertain any questions you have.
All right, any questions for Superintendent Larson this evening? Thank you, Superintendent Larson. Mr. Lundberg, anything additional? All right, anybody from out in the audience want to talk? I'll just do one call and we'll be done. All right, thank you. It takes us to board policy, discussion items, board policy section B, the school board governance and operations.
Yeah, Madam Chair, thank you. So, Section B relates to school board governance, operations, elections, all of those types of respective things. There's recent legislation that changes allowable school board election dates. Here's what I will tell you. I have had multiple conversations with the Minnehaha County Auditor. And there's a number of things we need to talk through collectively as a small group executive board, chair, vice chair, and engage in some just in-depth conversation and then processing in terms of what's the best bad idea we've got, because there isn't a good idea. Because there's a number of nuances associated with it, meaning Minnehaha County will only run an election in even years. Well, that impacts, if we choose to run the election in odd years, do we run the same polling station? So there's just a lot of things to unpack in terms of trying to process the good and the bad. It seems like every time I have a conversation with the auditor, I've had, like I said, multiple. The most recent one was, well, had you thought about this? And there was something that we hadn't even talked about. So would like to spend here the course of probably July and August, a couple of exec committee meetings, having those conversations, sharing what I know, providing a recommendation, and then hearing about why it's not a good idea. And then collectively, we'll bring that back to the board and go from there. My best suggestion is no change, but there are some cons to that I would like us to collectively work through. But I also know that there's going to be enough questions that need to get asked and thought about and reconsidered and processed that what I would like to do is review, evaluate, and bring forward a recommendation in September, but work with the executive committee here over the course of the next couple months prior to that. So just know that's something that we're working on and will be forthcoming.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you. All right. Under general business, I would entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 22, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Personnel, I would entertain a motion to approve items 1 through 11, please.
So moved.
Sorry.
There's been a first and a second. All of those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Items 12, 13, and 14 are there for your review. Building permit applications under communication, if you'd like to look at those, you certainly can. There's also a thank you note for you to review. That takes us to formal board reports. Does anyone have one they would like to share this evening?
Real quick, about 2 weeks ago, I was invited to participate in the ASBSD Policy Review Committee, getting ready for this next legislative session. We'll continue to do some reiterations prior to getting to the delegation meeting. Just wanted to put forth things that are of top priority and concern, always funding for public education, local control, specifically really looking at property taxes and how those are evaluated and how those affect all districts across the state, big and small, those growing and not growing. So that is a top concern that we will continue to be hearing about throughout the year, as well as public education versus private is still going to be a top thing to be discussed. On the list is special education and mental health and behavioral health, not just for education, but for the state. So that'll continue to be a topic as well. If you haven't already, register for the conference in August. Should be a good one.
Thank you. Child nutrition and wellness, I just got back from the National SNA Convention with Director Cruz and Assistant Director Eddy, and as always, it was very good. Actually, the general session closing and opening speakers were both very good this year, talking about resilience and where we find our why, which, it was, and I love how they always still say lunch ladies, even though we're not all ladies. But it was a very good session, and the vendors, of course, I like to stand back and watch them try to sell things, and I just stay out of the way so I don't get talked to or have my QR code scanned, so I'm getting tons of emails. But thank you again for allowing us to do that. That's very appreciative, and always, it's always well attended. There's always like 7,000 people that end up going, so very much appreciated. Anyone else? Okay, well, that looks like that takes us to the end of our agenda. I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
There's been a first and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.